what's going on, guys? I'm Steve, and you're watching SLZ Builds. Alright, today we're working on the Ascent-18. I'll be showing you guys all the stuff I added, and also going to be doing or starting a body swap. First off, we got the brass inner portal boxes for the front. Next, we have the diff covers in brass. We got the brass servo holder, brass wheel hexes, the brass portal box outer with machined edge, brass steering link, steel transmission gear set, 59mm shocks from Endura, and batteries for the body swap. Make sure when you guys are doing these portal cases to add a little bit of grease in there, because they don't come with grease in them stock. Just a FYI, I did add 30 weight oil to this Endura 59mm shock. I just want to show you guys the comparison of stock versus the 59mm. Also to note, when you're putting in this shock with the new screws, screws don't fit through the ball end of the link, so temporarily as a fix, I just removed it completely. Alright, so in the previous video I mentioned body swapping the Land Cruiser over to the Ascent chassis. I believe it's pretty much the same wheelbase. So, but before we get into that, I'm going to be going over everything I added, which is a lot of brass to the Ascent-18. Alright, first off, probably the most noticeable change, other than the weight, would be the shocks. These are the shocks that were meant for the TRX-4M, but these are the Endura 53mm. So I used the hardware that came with the shocks. These screws are a bit bigger than the screws that come with the Ascent, but with enough leverage, you're able to get the screws through. Anyways, so this adds a lot of articulation, a lot of flex. I'll show you guys on this. Almost 4 tires, just about. Alright, so the reason why I went with all the brass from Redcat is because I'm going to be changing the chassis. First we have the steering link, then going on to the inner portal cases. I don't believe they have the outers yet, or they're out of stock. I don't really remember. Also the diff cover. I did not have the opportunity to put the front links on because they are out of stock. I did put on the rear links. Things to note, that when you're putting on the different shocks, since the screws are bigger, than the screws that come with the Ascent. I left the pivot balls out on the front and the rear, but only where they come into contact with the axle, because that's the mounting point where you have the shocks. Also, what I changed in the rear was the rear diff cover and also the outer portal axle covers. Just a FYI or public service announcement, be sure to use your Loctite on these, because they will back out. One of the things you'll notice, I put the ESC back to where original spot was. I wanted to leave this surface area and this surface area open for the rear or bottom tray, or I should say the interior of the Land Cruiser, because I'm going to be putting that first, then I'll be attaching the Land Cruiser body on top of the interior. So I haven't test fitted it yet, but I'm hoping that the interior will kind of lay down on this flat surface and this flat surface, and hopefully on the rock sliders as well. Alright, so let's get to it. Start taking it apart. Alright guys, yeah, I had to cut a lot out of this tray. The floor for the FMS Land Cruiser. Cut the majority of the center console out, like basically half of the firewall, most of the tunnel, through here, and you can see back here behind the seats where the chassis goes through. Just try to get the floor as low as I could. So by doing that, cutting all that out, I decided to add some black styrene into places where I thought needed more structural rigidity, structural mass, I guess you'd say. Yeah, as you can see, the front here, I added that right there. There's also another way to secure the floor to the actual chassis itself. So 2 screws up here. I did put a black styrene between the slider and the floor, just so so I put styrene between the slider and the floor, just because it wasn't sitting as flat as I wanted it to. So it was getting hung up a little bit on the back here, which when I put, it's basically like a spacer, I guess you'd say. Also, it gave it more strength. So yeah, I did on both sides. There's a screw, 2 screws in the front of the seats, and then 2 screws in the back of the seats. Then I also put 2 screws back here. I'll show you what it looks like with the body on. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like with the body on. I had to cut the back out because there is no room under this hood right here. Yeah, so there is absolutely no room under the hood right here. And there's not enough room for a receiver, and there's not enough room for the battery either. So I'm gonna have to move everything back here. That's why I have the ESC right here. I don't have it secured at the moment because I plan on doing more stuff to this body, making it look a little better, and finding a good way to kind of like hide everything that I can back here along with the ESC and the battery. So that will probably be in the next video. I plan on putting this cage kind of in the back. I think that might look cool, but I'm probably gonna cut this part off and just leave the back half of it and use that as a way to put in my battery and other things like that. Probably add some more accessories and like scale accessories. That's about does it, guys, for this video. Next video for this crawler will be most likely adding this cage. This is a Mia's cage for the TX4M, but I kind of did a little test fit, and it seems like it'll fit. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Catch you on the next video. God bless.